what is the idea behind the complex numbers? Or inventing the imaginary numbers? The idea is the square root of any negative number, like this, the square root of -1. What is the number that when you multiply by itself, you get -1? There is no real number can do that, because minus times minus will give you positive, and positive times positive will also give you positive. You will never get something that when you multiply by itself, you get -1. So that's why they invented something called I. They said, okay, let's call this I, and I here is an imaginary unit. Okay? So to find what could be multiplied by itself give you -1, it's I. And that's why I squared, which is I times I, it's basically, this is the number now you're multiplying it by itself. That's why I give you back -1. That's why I give you back -1. Okay? And the I cube, of course, will be I times I squared. And I squared is already -1. So that means -I. That means -I. And I power 4 will be I squared times I squared. Right? It's I times I times I times I, isn't it? And each one of them will be -1. So that's why it's -1 times -1, which is equal to 1. Okay? So what is I? It is the square root of -1. When you square it, you're going to get the -1. That was caused the problem. And then I cube is -I. Okay? And I power 4 is 1. Because of I power 4 is equal to 1, that's why any other power after that, like I power 5 will be I power 6 will be -1, I power 7 will be -I, and I power 8 will be 1 again. Because any multiples of 4, you can just remove it from the exponent. Yani I power 12, for example. Let's think about I power 12. If I have, for example, here I power 12, you can think of this as I power 4 times I power 4 times I power 4. And each one of them is 1. So that's why the answer is 1. That's why any multiple of 4 will be 1. But if you don't have multiple 4, what if you have any other number like 11, for example? I power 11. Just to remove multiples of 4. Yani you think of it as I power 4, and then I power, what's remaining? 3, right? So each one of those is 1. So it's useless. All what you have to think about now is I power 3. And I power 3, we explained it before, and we said it's equal what? -I. So that's equal to -I. Okay? So that's how you have a multiples of the I. But again, what is the I? It is the square root of -1, and it's the beginning of complex numbers. This is the beginning of complex numbers.